Alright guys, my name is MixMastaPJ. I'll be playing Funhouse for the NES. It's an old TV show from Fox Kids in the late 80s, early 90s, hosted by J.D. Roth. That's about where the similarities will end, and we'll get started here on the timer in just a second. Alright, so the premise of this game is you're going to be shooting a bunch of targets with what the instruction manual calls tomatoes. And your job is to shoot all of the targets, and at the end you're going to capture the key. Now, the targets are going to be scattered throughout a lot more maze-like configurations than these first couple levels are. Like right now, it's called Four Corners, so we're going to shoot the ones in the four corners. And then you can see the animation takes a little bit of a while there for the key to spawn, so it's really important to try and shoot the last target as soon as possible so that you don't have to wait for that animation as long. Alright, you're going to see some different obstacles here. We have some conveyor belt slash water looking things, as well as some blobs that are going to try and knock us out of our path. But those are our three targets there, and we got them. Alright, the next thing we're going to see is a little bit of sequential targets. They're numbered, which is nice and easy to figure out which ones you gotta shoot in what order, but they also give us the training wheels version where they put them all right in the right order. When we get to the harder levels here, you're going to see it get a whole lot more complicated. So, for now, it looks pretty simple. There are 12 floors to this game. I know it's like, well, we're only on floor 1, room 5. Don't worry, this game has a lot of ideas that they stole from like the Mario franchise as well. We're going to be actually going into a warp after this level here. So we're going to go find a shortcut, and we're going to jump all the way ahead to World 4. Which is kind of crazy to think that in Mario 1 we started on World 1 and found our way to World 4. But yeah, so there's some targets here we're going to ignore. We're going to try and not get shot by these glop guns, because every bullet takes 3 seconds off of us. Oop, that's no good. There we go. Alright, and you're going to see just the huge jump in difficulty here between the level we were just on and the level we're going to. Because now it's, okay, we're on a bunch of conveyors where we can't fight in an opposite direction. We just have to keep going, make sure that we don't miss these targets as we go. We got 8 on the inside here, so we're going to shoot that quick and try and stay close to the key. There we go. Alright, cool. Connect the dots is a little bit of a maze, but nothing too hard. Like, once you've beaten the game, you kind of know where it is. There's only 2 numbered targets in the entire level. That's the first one. Really, really far away. And if you ever look up the maps for these things, they don't have them in picture form. You're going to have to do the old school, I'm going to GameFAQs, and I'm going to look at all the ASCII code, or ASCII letters, and slashes and stars and whatnot, and try and figure out what the actual map to the stage looks like. And then you'll realize, oh, there was no way I was going to find that without looking that up first. So, shoutouts to all the guys in 2005 through 2008 who were making all those giant ASCII documents and drawing pictures of maps that way. I remember using the college printer and printing out, like, the Final Fantasy VIII walkthrough, and it was like 147 pages long. Shout out to Towson University Library there for their awesome ink. Alright, so now we got some ice physics and some bumpers we gotta watch out here for, too. We'll go diagonal to try to avoid the bumpers, because you hit those, you kind of go flying across the screen. Like that. Got a couple more of these guys to take out. That one? Alright, that's not a terrible bumper to hit. But shoots us back up here, which puts us in a good direction to hit our last target. Oh, that's a bad spot to be. Alright, there we go. 53 seconds is okay. I think my best on that's like a 62 in-game timer, so... You know. It is what it is. Alright. Here's another new tool there. We get the... what is called the ice skate, but I thought I was already on skates. So, I'll have to tweet at JD Roth and figure out what gives with his game here. What's going on. This game used to have world record holders, well-known streamer Author Blues, and Smartball. But I picked the game up. Well, I've been playing the game since I was a kid, but I picked the game up from speedrunning purposes recently, past couple months, and was able to take the record from them. Now I'm just trying to instigate a race where the winner gets a signed Funhouse copy by the legendary TV host himself. Alright. So this one's a little bit tricky with all the ice physics, obviously. Those banana cannons don't actually hurt you, they just push you out of the way. There is another different type of banana cannon we'll see later, that if you get shot by it, you lose time when you get hit by the banana pieces, so... this is all about just managing your momentum and keeping yourself going in the right direction. Alright. Hardest one is up here is trying to get past this last banana cannon when we come out of the hole for 7. So it should be going back up. It might be clear. Oh, perfect. Nice. Leave ourselves the unnumbered one for the end. Thanks for the kind words, PMC. I'm hoping they're recording this one. Alright, this one has got a small margin for error. If we happen to miss one of these, you have to basically go around the entire map again to try and to hit those. We cut that corner really nice. Okay. That's fine. Let's just not miss any of these in the chute. 47's pretty great. Alright, this level blows my mind that it's on this actual stage in the game. Like, this is way too easy. But I guess the reasoning they put it this far late in the game is that if you just go the wrong way, you're gonna run out of time. So they put 1 and 3 on that loop, and 2 and 4 in this loop. And if you just go the wrong way at first, you probably do run out of time. But there is a clock right there. It adds a significant amount of time to your in-game timer. Now, I haven't crunched the numbers, but at the end of the stage, they count down your timer rather quickly. It's much faster than like Mario would be. But I haven't crunched the numbers to see like whatever time is lost avoiding that clock would I save by not having it count down at the in-game timer. I haven't but no one's written a task and crunched the numbers on this, so you know, it is what it is. Alright, counterclockwise. So we're gonna start here in this little spoke of the wheel. And guess which direction we're gonna go. That's right, counterclockwise. That looks pretty simple, but alright, you can see how hard that is. I went into that area, in that little hallway there, diagonally, at such a line that I didn't hit anything. But if you're just like a couple pixels off, you just start bonking all the walls and losing a ton of time. So it's really tricky at first. The controls for this game are really weird. I know I don't have my controllers mapped on the screen for you guys to see, but the up and down buttons actually don't get used in this game. I'm simply using the left and the right button to rotate the aim of my character, and then pressing A to run with him, and then B to shoot. So you're constantly always just rotating your character. You're not actually moving up or down. You're rotating him and then moving him forward or back, based on which direction he's pointing. Alright. So we're done level 5. Level 6 has a warp in it. We're gonna find that soon. Alright. This level is mostly ice and conveyors again. So we're going to try and take it easy here and make sure we don't get shot back into this conveyor mess. And that we stay on the ice, which is... oh, great start. Alright, don't overshoot this. Alright, stay safe. I don't like hitting that target last because when I do it, if I zoom towards it and miss it, then I go right back into the conveyors and get looped all the way around, which is pretty miserable. If I were shooting for a world record, though, I'd probably take like the most high variance thing and just reset it, but yeah. Alright. This level has a lot of traveling in it, but nothing too outlandish here. We just have to get all of the odd-numbered targets on the left side, and all the even-numbered targets here on the right. So it's all about routing and how you kind of set yourself up for them. Alright, 5's near where we started. 6 is all the way down here in the bottom. Go past 8, so you'll see that later. At least we avoided the clock. Alright, 7's way down here, and is generally the one that people have a hard time finding. Ice physics certainly don't help it either. Then we got 9. We'll get ourselves positioned so we can start shooting quickly. Hit it as early as possible and park it on the key. Alright. This map is almost identical to the counterclockwise one, except, and we're not going to be going counterclockwise, we're going to be going every other direction. So, get all these horizontal and vertical ones first, which aren't too bad, except the quickest route takes you pretty close to the glop gun, so you want to make sure that you don't just get lit up by that thing. Then a little bit of the tricky steering and whatnot in this level is going to come from transitioning from these diagonals. So, going from 5 to 6 is actually pretty easy, because I'm just going straight across. But when I go from 6 to 7, you're going to have to see me make, like right here, I'm going to make this turn to the right, and then try to make sure I keep it up top, and then immediately transition perfectly into 7, which is a lot trickier to do than just going straight across like 7 to 8 is. But it's, you know, you're just running on ice. Not that hard. Alright, let's do it again. Here's some more ice physics. With a big old bumper in the middle that we're going to try to avoid like the plague. Alright, we're going to miss that guy. This level is shaped like a giant plus sign. You guys, if you're paying close attention, saw target number 2 already when we came out this way. 3 is over here on the bottom. That should be lined up perfectly straight so we don't hit the bumper. Good. And then we can probably shoot 4 at this alignment. 4. 5, mysteriously, is where you'd expect. Right at the top of the plus sign. The one that throws off the pattern is 9. Because 9 you would think would be up with 1 and 5. But it's not really that much of a surprise considering, you know, you've already been to that area twice to shoot target 2 and 6. Right. Sometimes it's kind of hard to park it right on there, so, yeah. Yes, this is on NES original hardware. Well, I have my EverDrive in there right now. I have my actual cartridge in the other room. But yeah, I'm playing this captured via RGB on an OSSC. Alright, so we'll dodge these guys. Oh, it's not this one. It's going up here. Talking too much. There we go. We're going to warp right ahead from World 6 all the way to World 9. Yeah, no, 8-5. Almost World 9. This is one of my favorite levels in the run. Not that it's particularly hard, but it is, like, pretty technical and cool to show off. Because you can see kind of, like, the hazards here. Alright, so we'll shoot target 1. We're going to go back and try and not get hit by the banana cannon or any of the bumpers. It's all about how you place yourself and set yourself up for the next part. There. Right. That was close. I don't know if we're high enough. Maybe. Perfect. But yeah, you can see the difficulty scales quite a bit here. This one's going to use the skate, which is going to make it appear a little bit easier than it is, but that takes a while in itself just learning how to control. You'll just see how fast we're actually going. And when you throw it this fast, you can see how how far the tomato really doesn't come out when you shoot it. So you really have to time it instead, because there's only a certain number of tomatoes that are allowed on the screen at a given time. I wanted to get that skate after I picked the one, but that's okay. Don't want to miss these on the way back, because then you have to double back, and then your skate wears off before you get to the bottom. Alright, we got 4 on the other side of this. The snail-shaped level called Escargot. What's this? 5 and 6. Nice. This is the only thing in the game, that, other than the logo, that actually looks like the TV show. Because at the end of the show, it was similar to like Double Dare or Legends of the Hidden Temple, where a bunch of kids try to go through an obstacle course, and this looks like an obstacle course. But they weren't chucking tomatoes at random targets in order while people were shooting guns at them. That was not part of the television show. I don't think my mom would have let me enjoy that piece of Saturday morning entertainment. Alright, this is what a lot of people consider the run killer, or the toughest level of the run. It's either this one or 12-3. Both of them are pretty tricky. It's mostly getting the key that's so difficult, because, as you can see, all the targets happen to be inside of these like bubbles where they've got conveyors and a bunch of things defending it and whatnot. So it really comes down to, are you going to be able to get the key when it's all said and done, when all these things are pushing against you? Pick that up just in case. Neat. And we'll come up here to 7. I think 7's target's a little bit tougher to get to than the unnumbered one up here. Because you could technically get this one first, but there's less obstacles around here, so I kind of try to save this one for last. Alright, cool. Got it. That can definitely be a run killer, though, because if that little glop gun spinning around just shoots you a few times and knocks your timer out, you gotta do the whole thing again. Alright, so this thing is set up in a chess/checkerboard formation with a bunch of unnumbered pieces on this side that we have to shoot, and all the numbered ones are on the other side. Oops. Guy spawned a little bit late for me to see him. Alright, and we gotta do a little bit of a diagonal wave here. Make sure we can stay out of trouble with the conveyors and not hit any more obstacles like we did a second ago. Oh no, it's a pretty easy level for this late in the game. It's just, once you find your rhythm, it's really, really simple. It doesn't require a whole lot of complex movements, just a little bit of knowledge. Alright. This level is actually incredibly difficult for a first-timer to sight read. They've got the targets in places you pretty much wouldn't imagine. There's only 3 of them in the whole level. You see all these different paths going all those different places, but realistically, these are the only 3 targets you have to worry about. So, the first time you play that level without, you know, any kind of guidance as a kid, you're wasting so much time going to a bunch of dead ends. And no opportunity to get any extra lives or anything like that. No continues, just deal with it. This is one of my favorite levels in the game. There's so many targets in this level. It's such a large map. And there's a lot of things that you don't see in any other levels. Like, a lot of those sections there had the conveyors facing the wrong direction, so we're going to have to try and fight against the conveyor belt in a second. We'll do that here with the skate. We got target 1. And we'll try to maximize the skate time so we can fight these conveyors for as long as we can. As you can see, it's already worn off. So when you're going the opposite way on the conveyor belts, it'll really slow you down. But that's going to be the case for anybody here. That skate would have worn off for anyone by now. Don't need that mini clock, really. Don't really need any of the clocks, but when you're bouncing around ice figs, don't have a whole lot of control over it. Gotta watch out for this bumper up here. The target, but not the bumper. A little bit of opposite fighting. And then... They wouldn't put something back here, would they? Oh, no. How dare they? I've been tricked. Now, this clock here doesn't actually have the conveyor underneath of it, so even though you gain some time for it to count down later, it's still so much faster to go over top the clock. But yeah, this game was just cruel in game design without, you know, the internet for anyone to be able to figure out where some of these things were. Alright, here's going to be our last warp that we take. We're going to ignore all these targets. Hopefully not get hit by this blob. There we go. Perfect. We are on the last 6 levels of the game, starting with 12-1. This one looks a lot like level 4-5 did, but it's gonna be a lot larger and much more punishing if we happen to miss anything. So we're hoping that doesn't happen to us here. And the things are a little bit more spread out. So we're gonna fly down here to get 1. We're gonna hope to miss this skate. We'll get 2. We'll go back and get 3, and then we'll pick up that skate. Because we wanna... The skates don't stack, so it just resets the timer as soon as you get it, which we don't really want to do that. There's 4. And then 5 and 9 are back here with some other ones. But we have a chance to grab this skate to get on the way back here to 6 a lot faster. And you can see that if I'm on the outer loop, I'm able to go this direction a lot quicker. Don't want that one. I'll get that one later. I'll get this one for now. Oh, missed it. It's okay. At least the skate lets us fight the conveyor a bit better. We'll go get number 7. Didn't really need the clock, but whatever. Is the skate gonna make it all the way back to the one? Nope. Okay. We should have rationed our skates a little bit differently. That's alright. Because there's one right here on the bottom. We can get it. Yeah. Time our tomato. Perfect. And let's grab 9 and get on out of here. Alright, this next level's got a lot of glop guns, so if we get shot up by it, we can really just run out of time, like, super duper fast. So we'll try and be careful and dodge those things from really hitting us here. That one's a rough one. We gotta pause here in just a sec. We got hit once. That's fine. More than once is brutal. Alright, we got... Alright, and you can see every target we shoot adds a couple seconds to it, so it's not that bad as long as we're a little bit further along in the level. But if you get hit the beginning there a few times, it can put you really behind the 8 ball and trying to get out of it. Alright, we got a target here. Help us turn around there, Banana. Alright. We got 2 targets over here at the end. We're going to try and shoot the one on the right first, because that one's hard to grab the key from. This one's much easier to grab the key from, so we'll do that. Alright, this is the other level that people think is one of the hardest levels in the game. It's the ice physics combined with the globs, combined with the lack of targets. There's only 4 in this level, but there's a lot of traveling. So, we just gotta be carefully navigating it and rationing our time. And avoiding... The blobs are fine, the bumpers are not so much fine. So we'll watch these over here, see if we can get these tiny little hallways. If we can shoot that enough, it will go away. But if you shoot it some of the way, and then it ends up going off the screen, when it respawns, it'll have all of its HP restored. So we kind of want to try and park it on the screen as best as we can. 19, 18 in-game timer is not terrible, but I think I've gotten like a 31 on that once or something insane. But I did it without shooting them. I just kind of threaded the needle. I'm not going to try that in a marathon. Alright, we're running out of the easy ones here. I'm not saying easy sarcastically. I actually think 12-3 and 12-2 are much trickier. This is a big map, but it's got a lot of targets. There's a glop gun that you gotta watch out for down here on the other side, but other than that, it's pretty straightforward. Dodge that one, good. And we'll fight the current over here. Go down here where this last target's hiding. They like to do this with in these later levels to really try and mess with you, where they have just one numbered target and a bunch of unnumbered ones. Where it's like, okay, well, I gotta find 2. It's gotta go somewhere. I don't know where it's at. Right? It's not, it doesn't actually exist. Don't worry. Right. Now, this is a sequel of a level we didn't have to play. We would have played it in the 100% mode, but in any percent, it's basically just going back and forth. All the odd ones are over here on the right side, and all the even ones are on the left side. So we'll try to take our... Ooh, we got shot up a lot there. Luckily, there's a bunch of targets here for us. Just for safety. I try to stay on the bottom side here on the way back, because you can see that all those flop guns move in a clockwise fashion. So when they spawn on the screen, they're shooting kind of away from us. If I was trying to go above them, it would be a little bit different. Now, on the way back here, I try to get there before they start shooting above that line. Try and stay low. Dodge the banana. I got enough potassium. I don't need that banana. Alright. Thread a needle between these two. Oop. Banana it out. Oh, I'm gonna be quiet for this part of the song. I wanted to make sure we got that last note of that ridiculous guitar solo. Whittly-wah, whittly-whittly-wah. God, I want to rock your body until the break of dawn. Carl Bertander-Lanalewski. Oh yeah, we're in the last level. So, this is a similar thing where we have all of the even numbers on one side and all the odds on the other. Except this time we're going to kind of cheat a little bit, because they put this conveyor belt here going to the left to right, but if we get that skate, we can fight against it. So we're going to try and use that to our advantage and maximize the amount of time, or minimize the amount of time traveling and maximizing the amount of time on the skate to our benefit. We got to dodge these yellow bumpers over here. You can see how punishing this is. Like, if you happen to go the wrong way or get knocked into one of those, like, tubes, it could take you forever to get back because of how long the travel is. Oh, I did not want to get that one. Okay, cool, I dodged that one. That's good. Worked out. I would have rather gotten the one in the bottom, but I don't think it's going to make a difference. Alright. Alright, here we go. There's 7. Don't hit any of these bumpers on the way to 8. Stay up. Alright, cool. We'll hit 8, grab the skate, go back and hit 9, and that'll be time. As soon as we collect the key from target number 9. Oh, what's that? A 2804? That would have been world record a couple months ago. And we get to see my guy go all the way through the Funhouse obstacle course. Alright. That's how you go through one of those, is standing up waving your arms. And then, you get to see our guy high-fiving some other people. Alright, dude. Hold on, where's my next thing in the animation here? Congratulations, you're a Funhouse superstar. And then, we get to thank the wonderful 4 people that put this game together. So, mad shout-outs here to them. Especially my man George Sanger. This game's only got like 4 or 5 songs in it, but they are all great. And in typical NES fashion, you can't reset or restart or anything, so we're just kind of stuck on this loop of screens here. So, thank you guys for watching. I know that this is kind of last minute to throw it in here, but the next run you guys are going to see is going to be a great one from WRP Beater. Make sure to donate. This is a great cause and a great marathon that's going on all weekend. And I'll see you guys on Saturday for American Gladiators. So, thanks so much for watching, guys, and I will see you on Saturday.